All right, Alex Wallace, thank you so much for that. Let's get a bit more now on the tropical depression's possible impact on the Gulf of Mexico oil spill. And for that, I'm joined live from San Diego, California by conservation biologist Dr. Reese Halter with Cal Lutheran University. He's also the author of The Incomparable Honeybee. And a good morning to you.
Good morning, Alex.
So a storm like this could interrupt the efforts for cleanup by a couple of weeks. What would that mean for the containment efforts underway right now?
Well, it would be a disaster, but you know, basically these hurricanes are huge heat pumps and they suck all their energy from the warm water. This year we're about a degree warmer, the Gulf, which means these storms, Alex, are going to be intense up until November. And there's two concerns. One is the storm surge. It can be as high as a 3-foot building and it'll drive the oil well into the marsh, the pristine beaches, and the bald cypress forest. The other real big concern is there's 31,000 miles of pipes on the bottom of the Gulf. And what we've just seen from Hurricane Ivan, which happened in 2004, is that the effects of this Category 4 were as deep as 300 feet below the surface. And the storm lasted, after it dissipated, the currents were moving for a week after, Alex. So this is all very frightening news.
Yeah, it is frightening news, and long range in terms of the containment efforts to have all these thousands and thousands of gallons just gushing into the Gulf. If this tropical depression goes back to a tropical storm, or God forbid even worse, into a hurricane, you know, I mean, long term, what are we looking at in terms of eventually getting over this? Is it decades? Is it way beyond that?
Yeah, well, certainly it's 5 years at the minimum for all of the blue crabs and the oysters and the lobsters. And then it's decades, Alex. And if we look to Prince William Sound 21 years ago, there's still a swag of toxicity on the beachheads and the shoreline. So this is going to go on. And of course, don't forget, if there is when there is a hurricane, this will massively disrupt the relief well efforts. They say 5 days it'll halt it, and then 2 weeks to get back at it. So this is very frightening.
With regard to BP's plan right now, they say they're going to have these relief wells in place. That's another 6 weeks away, Reese.
Yeah.
And they're pretty confident that will eventually just cut off all of the gushing oil there into the Gulf. But until then, with these 6 more weeks, do you think BP has exhausted every opportunity to get rid of this oil? I mean, are there other things out there they could be trying?
Well, yeah, I've heard of a variety of other things, but some of them are less savory. And right now, I mean, next week we're talking that they want to exchange the containment cap so that they can hopefully contain as much as 90% of the oil and gas. And don't forget these plumes, these massive plumes. Not only are they filled, obviously, with crude, but 40% of it is filled with methane, this very potent greenhouse gas, noxious, and again, that's killing everything in its wake. You know, we believe that at least 1 trillion organisms have died so far from this gushing catastrophe.
1 trillion organisms? I mean,
1 trillion organisms.
They're dead. I mean, what kind of communities are being hurt the most now, and are any on the brink of extinction as a result?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, the bluefin tuna are in trouble. The small-toothed sawfish are in trouble. There are the panfish that were recently discovered, a couple species, pancake fish. They're in trouble, and everything, Alex. I mean, everything on the bottom. You know, if you look at the triangle, the pyramid of life, the food chain, everything relies on the bottom,
right? The
decomposition, and that's being just lambasted now.
Okay, Dr. Reese Halter, thank you for the sobering interview. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Still ahead, forget Facebook.